God told me TB Joshua is in hellfire and Nnamdi Kanu may die soon. Pastor Peters. So just to start off, recently there was also a news about how this Ghanaian, not pastor, but Ghanaian sort of native doctor who came out to claim that he was one who took TB Joshua's life in a spiritual battle. And my sort of thing in that was, what can we do with this news? But then I just remembered by just reading this title alone that says, God told me TB Joshua is in hellfire, and Nnamdi Kanu may die soon, Pastor Peters, just made me realize that, you know what, I'm going to take back what I said, just give context where this video is going to go. I think I might have come into this video still saying, what do we do with this information? But understanding that Nigeria is very much a religious country in which pastors are taken very seriously, in which when it comes to prophecies and all that, they are taken very, very seriously. And religion is such a big thing. So again, maybe, this might be relevant to it is very, very relevant to a lot of Nigerians. But again, one would really ask, whether religion goes in Nigeria, hopefully, what would happen if we are as religious as we are as, more political. That's just it. So yeah, the senior pastor of Divine Mercy Church, Oluwatobilola Peters, has unveiled some revelations in which he claimed that God gave him about the late Nigerian televangelist Temitope Balogun, also known as TB Joshua, and Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB. Pastor Peters disclosed that God revealed to him that TB Joshua was not in heaven. Speaking with Daily Post, the clergyman stated that the powers of the founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations was not from God. TB Joshua had died a few days ago after conducting a service in his church. He was found unconscious in his private apartment while the service was ongoing in Lagos. This is coming at the time the senior pastor of Christian Life Church, Jackson Senyoga, had described TB Joshua as the biggest witch in Africa. On his part, Pastor Peter said, God showed me a revelation of the night that Temitope Balogun did not make it to heaven. In that revelation, I saw that he could not make it because the powers he was using were not from God. This was revealed to me. TB Joshua was, however, a good man and one of the greatest philanthropists of our time, but the thing of the spirit are very different from how many see things. It is not about being a philanthropist, but is God really involved? Is God happy with what he was doing? God is not the source of his power, and this should be a lesson to humanity. The pastor also disclosed that Nnamdi Kanu may not see the end of this year. I see Nnamdi Kanu vacating this earth and another taking his place as a result of his demise. Mark my words, Kanu will not be the one to actualize Biafra. We will not live long to see it happen. Tell Kanu to amend and make his ways right with God, because I see him existing this earth soon. Listen, that is for Nnamdi Kanu to go back to God and sort that out. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, let's look at the first half with TB Joshua in hellfire. I mean, listen, when it comes to these things, we have to be careful and be selective about what information that we take in. If you're not spiritual, this may not, mean anything to you. But yeah, I mean, listen, from a Christian perspective, this guy is absolutely right in terms of saying that, you can be a philanthropist and be a good person, but was God really involved? Again, we must also argue that, in recent years, Pastor TB Joshua, he had really refined into a different sort of approach to his ministry. In his early days, it was a very much different story in which he didn't really, take in, let's say, the Nigerian market, as you'd say. You can really say that a lot of his impact and a lot of his, for lack of a better word, fan base is more of outside, Nigeria and other African countries, in which, that's just it, to be honest. But then when it comes to this, what can you do? And then Nigeria being a very religious country, this will probably be a very hot topic and conversation in which feel free to go ahead in the comment section below and be passionate about that. When it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, listen, I think that, okay, fine, saying he's gonna not meet, or he's gonna vacate from this earth, I don't know about that one. But again, when you say he may not be the one to actualize Biafra, at the end of the day, see, we can't rush certain things. There are things that we do now we might not see the impact. You might see it in 100, 400 years. That's when it may happen. But the thing is that for him, he has made such an impact on the younger generation to understand their roots, where they come from, where they are currently inhabiting and cohabiting with, and who they are cohabiting with, and what they need to understand. They need to understand their roots and understand how they were in this country in the first place. Again, not saying that he has to be the one to act as Biafra. He may be the one, he may not be the one, but his impact has provided a stepping stone in which the future generation or the younger generation can actually, bounce on and be supported in terms of continuing the fight for self-expression at the end of the day. And yeah, that's just what it is, to be honest. And I think it's the same thing. The same thing goes. Same thing goes. I mean, I don't think, in the Southeast, they do take him seriously, but in a general view, I don't think he's taken as seriously as he should be. I personally think the same thing with Fela Kuti. Oh damn, he was not take he. Right now we look at him and we're like, oh, this man is a prophet. I think with this, if you listen to his songs, then the sense of urgency, and the sense of proactiveness that he tried to provoke, and he tried to also be part of, wasn't it was very much brave at the time, because I think with Impact was the only person that was doing what he was doing with Impact, and that's just what it is. So again, I look at it and I'm like, wow, like he was not taken as seriously as he should, and to be honest, he's now celebrated even more. Well, according to family member sources, even with income, he's celebrated even more now than when he was alive, and I think that thing, we should never really do that, and I think in a way, I think we should do the same with Nnamdi Kanu, where we actually value his presence. And again, for each and every person, you have your unique, your unique thing on this earth, and you are gonna leave. Not everyone's gonna stay here forever. And I think the same thing is happening. And I was reading a comment section under an article one time, and people were literally saying the same thing about Shore. This man literally lives, breathes. He is. I mean, him being in detention, or in the hands of the government, or in their care, not care, but you know what I mean, in their captured place, him being captured by the government is literally his second home. So was what's it called, Fela Kuti. I think Fela Kuti, in terms of history of activists, I think he's one of the most arrested activist of all time, to be very honest. And I think the same thing is happening with Shore, and we might not be taking him seriously. Again, of course, this news took a very, very different turn. But just to highlight, with the TB Joshua thing and Benny Hell, again, it's your prerogative. Do what you want with that. And with Nnamdi Kanu, again, he may not be going to act as Biafra, but his presence and his impact is very much appreciated, and I think he should be appreciated more than he should be ignored or seen as a, whatever he's seen as. But that's just it. Put what you think about this in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.